Jack Grant on his string. Pro gamer never seen. Twitch stream, laughter in between. Clicks and chaos flow, zany every show. Random scenes we go, humor, let it blow. Jack Grant game like whoa, not a pro but glow. Sarcasm on low, laughs and endless flow. Crikey, what a sight! Australia delight, day turns into night. Gaming takes its flight, catching all the vibes, crazy antics guide. Viewers by my side, randomness worldwide. Jack Grant game like whoa, not a pro but glow. Sarcasm on low, laughs and endless flow. Crikey, what a vibes, crazy antics guide. Viewers by my side, randomness worldwide. Jack Grant, game like whoa, not a pro but glow. Sarcasm on low, laughs and endless flow. Jack Grant on his string. Pro gamer never seen. Twitch stream, laughter in between. Clicks and chaos flow, zany every show. Random scenes we go, humor, let it blow. Jack Grant game like whoa, not a pro but glow. Sarcasm on low, laughs and endless flow. Crikey, what a sight! Australia delight, day turns into night. Gaming takes its flight, catching all the vibes, crazy antics guide. Viewers by my side, randomness worldwide. Jack Grant game like whoa, not a pro but glow. Sarcasm on low, laughs and endless flow. Crikey, what a vibes, crazy antics guide. Viewers by my side, randomness worldwide. Jack Grant, game like whoa, not a pro but glow. Sarcasm on low, laughs and endless flow. Jack Grant on his string. Pro
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, guys. We are up and about and on. We have been up all day. We've been sorting a whole host of stuff out. We are going to be out and about tomorrow. Going to be out and about for part of tomorrow as well. We have fixed our post office box issue at no cost to us. So that's fantastic. Just means I've got to travel a bit to get to the post office and to get my mail. Thankfully, I don't get much mail. I will update my bot information for post office box in a few days. It's going to be a different suburb and different number. So again, I don't expect anyone to ever send me anything. If I choose to, that's their choice. I'm just here to hopefully entertain you guys. That's my goal. If you can enjoy the content, then great. Not, that's okay too. We spent a bit of extra money and decided to have a gourmet pizza tonight. So so do I not take into account my power bill? I did not actually. But there's enough money there for the power bill. But tomorrow we've got to go and have an ultrasound. And also, if I could go down to pathology. So we may leave pathology till Thursday. We are going to be out and about. Tomorrow, which is Wednesday. Neither Thursday or Friday or both. Not for very long. It will all be medical stuff, worryingly. Or Aiden is a actually, yeah, kind of like a garlic bread pizza. We're gonna eat this pizza bread first, and then we'll kick off some BL4. And annoyingly, still palm the shuck. Because even if Cash doesn't use it, Rapper will want it. My honest opinion, if you're using anyone who is ordnance or indirect ordnance build, and you're using chucks, which are indirect ordnance, you want a homing grenade, a homing gun. And you want to alternate between the two. The homing grenade will never hit airborne enemies. Now, granted, there are more enemies on the ground than airborne, which is where the grenade one comes. So it is what it is. Hmm. I just crust very crispy. Good though. Now, if I didn't have internet and power bills still to pay, might have had enough money for Pragmata, but I think we're going to wait for Pragmata to go on a sale. Even though DMG has got a good price on it at the moment, I think I wanted a bit cheaper. I looked at some of the combat on the YouTube video, and I don't know whether I could handle the combat. Combat. I wouldn't say the combat looks complicated. It might just be the combat that I'll really gel with. It's also not a combat situation I have ever seen in the game either. It's incredibly unique. I don't know. So the combat looks interesting. Very puzzle oriented. It's kind of weird, especially melding that in with the shooter. So something I did see, since I actually use Opera, something I did see which I thought was kind of not great. I'm not, and it's posted on Opera's YouTube channel, but went over games that defined the 90s. And they made the claim the original Doom, so Doom 95, started the first person shooter. No. No, 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 it didn't. I left them an interesting comment and said I only watched about a minute till I saw another their video till I saw what they said. Let's see if we can find this channel. Games that defined the 90s. You won't play it, but they say the Doom series, and they called it the FPS that started it. No, it did not start at all. Super Mario 64 was another one. Quake, multiplayer. Sonic the Hedgehog, Half-Life series. So they're talking about shooters, they're talking about Half-Life, Quake multiplayer, and Doom. My question is, where's Duke Nukem 3D? Where's Serious Sam? And where's Wolfenstein 3D? Now, was Wolfenstein 3D the first ever shooter? No. Oops, with me. It was not the first ever shooter, but it was the first truly successful shooter. And let's be honest, Doom, Quake, etc. We're all born out of it. And to not talk about not even mention Wolfenstein 3D is sacrilege. So I actually said to them, no offense, but I stopped watching after the first minute. Yes, Doom defined a lot of the 90s, but it definitely was not the FPS that started it. Wolfenstein 3D was the first big game to start the shooters. There were others, but to only consider Doom and not even mention Wolfenstein 3D, even though Wolf 3D was not co-op, is actually disgraceful and naive. No offense meant. And let's be honest, let's be honest, that's actually being pretty polite and trying to be respectful, but it is just totally ignore Wolf 3D. Oh, and if you also consider LucasArts Outlaws first person shooter, well, and on that note, we'll leave that topic. But I don't think that was a very good video. I think they were quite reasonable. I'm talking about Sonic the Hedgehog, and Super Mario fighting the 90s. That I'm pretty damn sure Wolf 3D was in the 90s. I could be wrong, but I'm very. Yes, 92. So, yes. Seriously, not just said not to have that as a defining game of the 90s. I know I say it a lot, but let's be honest. Valorant, Fortnite, Apex, even if you consider Overwatch, Marvel Rivals, Valorant, etc. And then the Borderlands series. Those games wouldn't exist the way they do. In my honest opinion, they wouldn't exist the way they do if it wasn't for Wolf 3D. And of course, there was something that shortly after Wolf 3D, Catacomb 3D. And have Catacomb? No, maybe I've got it on GOG. I wonder whether I've got Catacomb 3D on GOG. Take a look. Don't think Catacomb's on Steam. All games. Oh, that's the store. Own game. Yes. I do have Catacomb 3D. So you had Catacomb, Abyss, and all that was. I can't remember what the state was. Then you can throw in Hexen and Heretic in as well. So. Catacomb Abyss might been. Well, it got released just after 3D? Just before? Give or take? Take. do the Diablo 4 Warlock drop anyway? That's a good question. We have got multiple games coming out that we want to grab, which we kind of forgot they were coming. Forza Horizon 6. We'll get Pragmata eventually, I think. When's a Warlock coming? Question. Diablo 4. When is the Warlock coming out? That'll come out when the next story comes out. April 28th. So towards the end of April, we will get stuck into Diablo 4. And play the new storyline. So just when it comes to shooters, it's like Dark Forces, Wolf 3D, Catacomb 3D, Outlaws. Completely forgotten about. Although they did do a remaster of Star Wars Dark Forces 1. I don't know what I bought yet. I think it's still on my wish list. I don't think I've bought it yet. I think it's still on my wish list. And I still want to buy John Carpenter's Toxic Commando, and I'm only going to play that solo single player. No, I still haven't bought the Dark Forces remaster. For a remaster and for a game as old as it is, it's not cheap. It's not cheap. I'm really kind of surprised by. Really kind of surprised by its price. If I'm going to be honest, not like triple A price like 80, 90 Australian like a lot of new games are. I'd still say I think it's about maybe $10 overpriced. No more than 15. We're going to be honest. And in-game capture to work then. Oh, it's working. We'll get some music going. But yes, we could have very full-on couple of days. We're not going to know what's wrong with this till, I guess, Friday. Let me see whether I can get a doctor's appointment Thursday or Friday. See what he's got left, what he's got available. He's got literally all Thursday and Friday available. Beautiful. That's all I need to know. I had to book a double appointment just because it could turn into a complex issue. And the surgery likes you to book a double appointment length if it's more than one issue or complex. I guess we'll find out what's wrong with us, if anything. And honestly, he might be okay. Might not be. It might have just been our medication was too high. Speaking of which, on good point, I should use my better mouse. I remember that's better. All right. Crap. I got too reckless then. Got way too impatient.
Wait! You are leaving! They'll never fall for that. What the hell?
I got way too impatient. You know what? It's fine. And no legendary. Just start off with awesome. Love that for me. So yes, we've got our PO box resorted and a new PO box. I'm glad I wasn't charged extra money for it. Would have been kinda shitty. I said ultrasound tomorrow. If we get a definite, decent, so let's just say a certain output from number one tonight or tomorrow, go to pathology. If we don't have the output we want, we might still do a sample and take a sample down to pathology anyway.
Flushing them out.
So again, hoping worked out that my meds that was completely messing up my, making me bleed way too much, because I've been bleeding a lot and it's really been bothering me. Now, I have been highly stressed of late, but I also know bleeding can be blood thinners. Come on. Bleeding can also be stress. Bleeding can be an infection. Guess what? Bleeding can also be the big C. My family's got a history. Got a history of cancer. So that's kind of why I've been on edge just a little. I've been on edge just a little for a week, for a couple of weeks. Because I'm worried it's... Am I overthinking it? Probably. But I'm worried that about it being worst case scenario. Why checking ultrasound tomorrow, possibly checking urinary tomorrow, and hopefully no, and the doctor will have results come and I got too impatient again. And the doctor should have results by Friday, I believe. So, yes, we're a little bit stressed, a little bit worried, but all we can hope is a complete all clear from my GP on Thursday or Friday. I'll probably book an appointment Friday. So he's got, the companies have got time to get him the information from urinary test and the ultrasound to have them by Friday. I think that will be the plan. Again. Am I worrying about nothing? Potentially. But I do know my body reasonably well. Not 100%. A lot's gone wrong with my body over the years. Lots gone. So we're just a little stressed. And should I be talking about all this on stream? Honestly, probably not. But this is me being me. So I'm always going to be transparent about my life, what I'm doing. Like I was very transparent with Twitch Tasmania. I was very transparent about whether I should be going to PAX, about my concerns of going to PAX. Not ever going to be, never going to not be truthful about all that crap. Because there's some people who are just going to put on facade on stream. That's not me. Not my style. What you see is what you see on stream is what you get in real life. Well, actually, in real life, you might get a little bit less confident, a little bit more private, potentially. Will I open up to people in person? Once I get to know them, sure. Sure.
Right for you! Hope you like surprises! You crack and crack! I am eternal! Place your bets! Extra bang for my buck!
So if people don't like me being honest like this, sorry, and it's not for you. Sorry, but I mean, I do know there are some, and I know who they are? No, but I do know there are some streamers out there who are just going to be very, very fake, put on a fake persona, and not be real. Not be who they are in real life. Some people streamers' personas, just that. Nothing like they are in real life. I can't deal with that. That just ain't me. Some people were fine with that. Some people were fine with having a different personality online versus offline. The difference between me offline and offline, online and offline, less confident. Less confident.
Yeah. Grenade straight to the face! Do not bet against me!
And I got impatient with my action skill again.
What will it be? Stay there a bit longer.
Never mind.
Your thoughts
so I talk less. I still there. Tibari bear. One man roadie, one small prayer, yeah. I did bomb and I know fear, yeah. I don't lose and I don't let, yeah. Still they stand for here, I swear. So I ask God question, you know the answer. I don't get mouth, now I get the power.
So we're not going to apologise for who we are online. Or, sure, I should say who we are as a streamer. Do I think there's anything wrong with people having a different persona? Streamer? Nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with that at all. But
You cannot control chaos.
some of those, now I will say, some of those people, I would have a problem with them having a different persona. Others, not so much. But
From the weaver.
it comes down to, it comes down to the person that they are.
Think fast.
I mean, if we're going to be honest, if they come across as a complete and utter ass, an a-hole as a streamer, complete and utter troll people in a game, etc., give lip constantly, are they going to be someone I'd want to talk to in real life? No, because they might be the nicest person ever, but if you're giving someone crap in a game, etc., just because it's in the game, and if it's a multiplayer shooter, all of a sudden I'm anonymous, I don't have to worry what I say. Yeah, no. Sorry. You do. Treat people with respect in the multiplayer game. That's why I don't play multiplayer games. Most people can't be respectful, and they'll just be troll, bully, harass, etc. Yeah, no. No. And just plain toxic. And that does, and some of those people could be streamers, but ultimately, are they streamers I'd ever want anything to do with? Oh, hell no. Absolutely not. Not unless I was sure they were a genuinely nice person in real life. But they were a genuinely nice person in real life, I'd actually thank them. Why are you such an ass in multiplayer games? Why are you so toxic in them? And their excuse is, oh, because everyone around me is toxic. I'd be like, no. Answer. Think about what I just asked and think about the question again. You're such a nice person in real life. Why? And this would actually not just apply to a stream, but apply to anyone in a multiplayer game. If you're such a nice person in real life, why are you toxic as fuck in a multiplayer game? And their response is, because everyone else is toxic. Sorry, that's the wrong answer. You can't just be toxic because everyone else is toxic in a multiplayer game, and a multiplayer competitive game. Have some respect other players, and they'll respect you. Same goes with respect someone in real life. Respect someone in real life, they'll respect you. And what I will say, my last job, which I finished back in 2012, the main supervisor, I will be honest and open. I had absolutely no respect for her. Why? Because she didn't even have 1% of respect for me. She had no respect for me whatsoever. And now, granted, respect should be earned. I agree with that statement wholeheartedly. But there should always be a percentage of respect from the get-go. That's called being a human being. And she had no respect for me from day one. And if someone's got no respect for me whatsoever, what? I can't respect them. Probably also why I'm kind of thinking, I don't think, apart from the people from Twitch Taz who have come into my stream from time to time, the DJ and M, out of those two, if the main organisers, new main organisers of Twitch Taz ever came to my channel, would I acknowledge them? Probably not. Would I say anything? Probably not. If they said something to me, I'd be polite back. Are they causing any trouble? Immediate ban. Immediate ban. Because now I've got no problem. Potentially, in theory, I've got no problem with the people who take over Twitch, but ultimately,
Big money! Big money!
they really, one of the main guys didn't respect me from the get-go. Didn't respect me from the get-go. And if someone doesn't respect me from the get-go, much like my real life job with my supervisor, I can't respect them. Now, in my last job, did I show disrespect to the supervisor and manager? Main supervisor? Who wasn't a manager, by the way, who managers above her, but did I show disrespect to the supervisor? No. No, I didn't. I was polite as fuck. I was polite as fuck.
Think fast!
But people can be polite as fuck and still not be respectful as well, though. Difference between being polite and being respectful. I can be polite to pretty much anyone and everyone. But they don't respect me, I'll still be polite. I won't respect them. Can't do it. Cannot do it. But again, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Remain to shuffle them up. Now pass it back. Need a jolt? Nothing lies outside fiery. What a hot streak!
But everyone's got their own opinion on
Forgive the dirty trick.
respect and politeness. But
Conduct yourself better.
and respect is a two-way street, ultimately. That's the bottom line. Respect is a two-way street. People forget that. Anyone who demands respect from the get-go? Go. If you demand respect from the get-go and you don't even have 1% of respect for that person, you're not going... Someone who demands respect from me from the get-go but doesn't respect me 1%, they're not going to get... I'm not going to respect them. That's the bottom line. Do I think everyone should have that sort of, not actually code, but I don't know what the word is. That same train of thought. No, everyone's different.
Watch the flag.
Everyone's different.
Stay there a bit longer.
Everyone's different. And I know that.
This is my kind of book. Fly, little one.
All right. Going for an hour. Have.
You all need to lighten up. A death worth sharing.
You know what? I not how do literally any damage? Pretty much no, because it is a lifesteal. Still.
I am electrified. Won't be much left. High stakes. Sharp. Order and down.
I didn't think it'd break that fast. Where's the sense in acting like I need no self-defense? Then back me in a corner. Did you plan this all along? Have you always been a violent one? No time to block, it just came out of nowhere. Sucker punch to my heart. I didn't know.
We haven't ordered this week. This pay is 4 of our DC.
Screaming, shout and cry, you won't.
Might just wait till
Sucker punch to
next
my
pay.
chest. I didn't know you could make such a mess. I'm on the floor. Kick me while you're at it, get me
So what's had us very short is we've had to pay extra rent.
counting cracks along the bathroom tile. Trying to forget you isn't all that fun.
But we are up to date on our rent, so
It's like a loaded gun.
if we've got enough money to buy a couple more, might ring up London tomorrow or
Stacking buddy!
Thursday or Friday.
I am up! Do not bet against me!
It's weird. Not sure what to expect tomorrow from the ultrasound. I never had one before, and that kind of unnerving. And to be honest, nerving.
Ka.
The crust very flaky. The pizzas are so good though. Not cheap. Good. Oh, we shouldn't have too late tonight. We should look what's on that. We've got a bet the night at 9:45. So, won't go much longer actually. It'll be a very, very short stream for us. Very, very short stream for us.
Jealous? I do not blame you.
I'm actually surprised I got it. I didn't have a wait list, to be honest.
Gunning for glory. I must give myself. Fly, little one. A fiery chaos.
Oh. Yeah. Probably do. I'll either go to 9:30, maybe 10 o'clock. Can't really afford to go much longer than that. Gonna be up way before 9:05. Our make sure our bowels are completely empty. Drink a liter, and we've got instructions to drink a liter of water half an hour before. So I think that's all just to get a proper get a proper reading tomorrow. I also don't know how long the procedure's going to take either.
Shush! Time for a download. A gift from the Weaver. Cut it! Hence a taste. Blink of button!
By what time we get home tomorrow? It'll be at the at the site at 9:45. The procedure's 10. And I don't know whether this look that up. How long is
There's a place where I can keep you
curious now? Don't know how long it did.
turning back the hands of time. One by one we climb deeper into you.
Normally ultrasounds are things, I wouldn't say it's just things women have. There is another, not just for pregnancy. How long does it take? Okay, so it's about 30 minutes, according to a random site. So 10:30, then if we go into the city, there'll be at least 11. Go to pathology. We won't be back till early to mid afternoon online. We won't be back till won't be on till mid afternoon.
Don't know our names. Take me back to where you've been, and we could do it all again. Deeper into you, hold the light up to everything that you are. Going back to the times
All right. So yes, we'll be out all morning till early to mid afternoon. Early to mid afternoon. And make sure I go and bank a power company now before I forget to. get a bearing on left.
Scared me for a good while.
We're gonna have about $50 left. Not bad for almost halfway through a fortnight.
But this time it feels harder.
Now we'll leave the what's name till the power company till tomorrow. Should have, well, I wouldn't say plenty of money, but should have some money.
For sure. Is it time to give up the cool girl? If there ever was one, becomes someone's home.
We do need to buy ourselves a new wallet. Our extra wallet is semi-broken.
To say goodbye to her, the version of me who's not been mother. I can evolve, it's something. But this time it feels harder. Don't call me volatile. It just might take a
Yeah, it's on 9:25. Yeah, we'll go to about 10ish. Then, like I said, we will definitely need to get some rest. It's not procking.
Big money! Big money! All in, all in place! I am up! Now Not shaking that one off.
Bit of bougie. Bit of a bougie there. Take that. I don't think they really gave us a big enough boost with Bostic. I really don't. I will. I guess I'll. Providing it, all my results get cleared, we might. Well, should be in a slightly better frame of mind come the weekend.
Let's get a closer look.
Slightly better frame of mind come the weekend, hopefully.
Gunning for good.
I was going to do a long stream, but I kind of forgot I had the first round testing. It rules out the long stream. Should have started streaming early today. Never mind. Never mind, never mind.
am electrified! Stay there a bit longer.
I'll go back to leveling the other vault and it's gonna be weird. You know, I won't be using like an action constant. Weird feeling. Like, what? I'm using gun now? What's it gonna be like? I swear. It's gonna be a very oh.
Strong! That was just a warm-up. Think fast! Incoming! Coming in, no escape. A fiery payout.
Call your
Fuck.
friends and make a plan. Let's have ourselves
Really? I'll get this.
no promises or consequence. We have no time to waste. We go from London to Paris. Drive 100 miles an hour, staying out too late. Living life as a nomad, take it day by day. There's no one to tell us what to do. I want the sunny days to shine a light on me. Can't let them go to waste. They feel so far away when all the sky is gray. I miss the sun.
What time are we going to get?
You will die, suckers!
Gotta be there at 9:45. Wait,
Show you the way. Don't complicate.
let's do a quick estimate from perhaps how long it walk time is.
100 miles an hour, staying out too late. Living life as a nomad, take it day by day. 'Cause there's no one to tell us what to do. I want the sunny days to shine a light on me. Can't let them go to waste. They feel so far away when all the sky is gray. I miss the sunny days.
walk up what? Harrington? A weird choice. Okay. Well, anyway.
Where did you go? I want the sunny days to shine a light on me. Can't let them go to waste. They feel so far away when all the
Either way uses Lisbon. Okay. That's fine. Anyway, 26 minutes. So we'd have to leave here at no later than 9:15. So drink a liter of water half an hour before. So that means I've got to drink a liter of water about 9:15.
I would run if I were you.
So 9:15, probably at the latest,
And destroy.
leaving. But let's say 9:10 safe. Have a shower. Our shower's normally longish. 40. So we're going to want to get up about going to want to get up about 8. So yeah, going to bed very soon is really a very, very good idea. Probably a very good idea. By 9:10. Yeah, 8 o'clock. Get up maybe a little bit later. Not much later. Definitely not later than.
With a fading summer light, twilight air drifting through the window, and you're sleeping.
my son! Scattered to pieces! Stay there a bit longer. Just what I was looking for. A bit of mischief.
Nope. Not homing. And it doesn't have to be homing. We are kind of farming is more potentially more for Rapper than Ash. I think Cash is kind of going to be our farmer. I think using Cash as our farmer. Specialization. 4 in Daredevil. 6 points before we finish Daredevil for where we want. Will we push everything up to 100? I mean, eventually, sure. But short term, no.
Fear not! Bolts are painful!
Definitely not. Not short term. At least.
Se queda entre nosotros. Si mañana no nos vemos, siempre será mi chula. Tú estás hasta ya. Dale. Tú estás hasta ya. Tú estás hasta ya. Tú estás hasta ya. Se nota, mami, que te gusta disfrutar. Y esa noche contigo no la voy a borrar. La pasamos cabrón con la boca prendida. En la disco y tú encima. Yo sé
We will need to take a bag with it.
This will get Cairo!
Especially if we take a sample to take to pathology.
Do not bet against me!
For a sample to take down to pathology, we will have to have a bag. I don't feel like a tote bag is going to be very appropriate. So to dig up one of our backpacks.
Yo solo quiero perrear. Te envicia rapidito, baby, eso es normal. Te me enseguida de cerquita y me pongo a animar. Échate pa' acá, mamita, y porfa dame la señal. Soy loco por tocarte, sin enamorarme, sin enamorarme. Disfruta la aventura, si queda entre nosotros. Si mañana no nos vemos, siempre será mi chula. No estamos fingiendo esto,
And that's the other thing we probably should.
porque esto nunca dura.
Go and talk to our financial advisor. Wait.
Just for you.
So actually, probably not. Probably, if we do that, they'll probably be after we see the doctor on Thursday, Friday. Probably Friday for the doctor. Because honestly, we want all our tests to come out negative, or come out in a positive way. Might be the more appropriate term. There's no point me getting some money organised for tax accommodation and airfare if we are potentially not in good healthy state. Rotor packs could be that we might have to do our PAX tickets. So I don't know. But I'm going to be honest. Everything right now solely reliant on. Yes, we've got this. Everything is real. Everything we've got coming up the rest of this year solely reliant on these. That scares the fuck out of me. Just ran it. We won't bother whacking anymore on for the next 10 minutes. Probably call it inside. Call the stream at 10.
You're not burned out. Big money, big money. Only death lies ahead. So easily damaged.
Oh, I had a Lego drop. Close. Close, but it's not homing. But that's what we're chasing. Merv homing? Check. Replicator? Check. You see we've got 2 replicators there. And we've got a Merv that's not homing. And those replicators are both the same. So that's what we want over that grenade one. And that's what we want. That's not quite what we want. That's equivalent of that. So we need homing equivalent of that for a gun. That's what we're checking. That as a homing. Not common. Not common, not. That's why it's taking us a while to get it. Not to mention legendaries don't drop much. Could we push this up to ultimate bolt under modes and get a high percentage drop? We could. It would also take a lot to kill. So
Here. Pardon the outburst. Conduct yourself better. Extra bang for my buck. Incoming!
you know. Recently cleared out my Twitter message requests. Already full. I'll deal with that later. Dealing with that. I've got an ad coming up. I will probably finish soon, shortly after the ad, I reckon. So we need to be up about 8 o'clock. 8:15, probably at the absolute latest.
You will love this part. Get to approach. A bit of mischief. Strike true. Won't be much left. I would run if I were you. Dreams of fortune!
Ready and go again. And looks like we're from our ad break. Gone 9:59. Oh, said 10. Close enough. Close enough. If we didn't have an appointment, early to mid morning, and we could have made that appointment later tomorrow, it would have streamed for longer. We would have streamed for longer. So we are just going to call it there. Like I said, we will be streaming today. Today's Tuesday. We will be streaming Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. As to how much we're streaming Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, depends on our stress levels. And if we decide to see the doctor Friday rather than Thursday, it might be a case of, depending on the results he gets, will depend entirely on how we're feeling and on what results the tests are. Because let's be honest, I've got no idea. And this is going to be possibly TMI, but we have been bleeding every time we've gone to the toilet, except for the exception of today. We've been bleeding at the back passage and the front passage a lot. And I'm not about just dripping. I'm talking a lot. We've been leaking huge amount of blood. And that's why we're having an ultrasound, and while we're also having our urine tested. Now, bottom line, could be our Maravin causing it all. Could be we could have pushed our Maravin dose up too high. And the answer is, I don't know whether we have or not. We haven't had an INR test for a while. So, which is a test to see how much your blood's clotting versus how much your blood is. The INR is basically if you cut yourself, how much it clots, or how thick the blood is versus how much it will leak and bleed. I've got to be up the bleed end more than the clot end. But too much bleeding is bad. Too much clotting is also bad. There's a very, very, very fine balance. Now, I might have been, there's a test that pathology do to find out what number on that ratio, on that INR ratio you're at. I haven't had that test for a while. I've not been in a great mental state to see the doctor, etc. My mental state was absolutely shot last year, and it's pretty shot the first half of this year, but I'm trying to be positive. So, so we should be back to. We're streaming tomorrow and Thursday. I don't know when, and it depends on how we're feeling, how tired we are, what our body's doing. Then we're seeing the doctor Friday. Depending on the results we get from him will depend entirely on whether we're streaming Friday. Ultimately. Right now, we don't know. Everything is very, very up in the air. And again, am I worried? More than worried. Just because a lot of my dad's brothers and sisters died to cancer. My second oldest sister had cancer at one stage. My second oldest sister's husband, who's obviously not blood related, had cancer. My older sister's husband, also not related blood wise, had cancer. So my next door neighbour who passed away last year, he died of cancer. So have I had a lot of contact with people with cancer? Yes. Am I terrified that the blood leakage is a sign of that? Absolutely terrified. Absolutely terrified. I am assuming, because I've not bled at all today and I have missed one more dose this week, and I've gone from 5 milligrams to 4 milligrams of blood thinning medication. We have not bled at all today. So, part of my mind says our INR was just too damn high. Or our blood thinning medication was just too damn high. And hopefully that's all it is. If it's anything more serious, then we may or may not have to take some time off streaming permanently. We may have to also potentially, if it's something very serious, not even a big C, but something else serious, might have to sell our PAX tickets. I don't know. Right now, it is 10 past 10. We've got to be at the site at 9:45 at the latest. It's going to take us half an hour to get there. So we're going to say 35 minutes to get there. So which means we need to leave at 9:10, which means we want to shower, probably having a shower about 8:40, and means we need to be up at 8, and I think we've also got a dental appointment sometime this week. Do we? Pretty sure we do. Where's our calendar? Unless we've not put it in our calendar. Empty bladder. So I've got to empty the bladder 1.5 hours prior to the appointment. So 9 o'clock, 8:30. Yeah. Okay. So we do need to be up at 8. Oh, I didn't see I had to reply with a Y. Oh, yes, I was attending. My bad. Sorry. Friday, March the 20th. Oh, old one. March. April 16th. Which is what? Thursday? Okay, so we've got a dental appointment on Thursday as well. So we've got have our ultrasound tomorrow, dental appointment Thursday. Probably book in to see the doctor on Friday. Probably try and drop the urine sample off tomorrow to pathology. Go to pathology on Thursday after the dental appointment, and then see the doctor Friday. So we're going to be out Wednesday, we're going to be out Thursday, we're going to be out Friday. Now, the dental appointment's not going to worry me. She's not going to be too happy that, taking care of my teeth last 2 weeks too much, but our mental state's been pretty freaking fricked up. But anyway. Anyway. We do need to go to bed. So we're not going to know the results of the ultrasound till, well, we're not going to potentially know them till Thursday, but they'll probably just send the information down to my doctor's surgery Thursday, Friday. So I'm not going to know the result. If I don't see the doctor till Friday, I won't know the result till Fridays. Again, am I stressing? And am I terrified? This year. But anyway, I know that was way very much TMI, guys, but that's my life. My life. I talk about my life. Don't want to know about my life? Don't listen in. I guess. I don't know. I don't always just talk about gaming. But we are going to call it there. We didn't have any followers today, did we? No. For anyone who did drop into this very short stream and was lurking, thank you for the lurk. I don't know whether I said I never look at viewer numbers. I never look at viewer list as a general rule. Occasionally I might if I'm talking to someone, I want to see whether they're still there. So just in case I'm talking to someone, they're talking back, then all of a sudden they leave and I don't know. That's when I'll look in the viewer list. And only then. Until we're next back on, which should be sometime tomorrow afternoon. Until we're next back on, as always, take care, stay safe. Bye for now.